boxing on Channel 5. Defending his name, his legacy, Benn-Eubank. Battling his way up the super lightweight rankings. Can he remain undefeated? Big Fight Live, Eubank versus Uruzquieta, Friday at 10 on Channel 5.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL. This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast.
How proudly?
Massively proud.
Are you?
They're a big name. Everlast are big in the game and they're sponsoring IFL.
I'm a big name.
What?
Oh, sorry.
How are you, first of all?
You know what? I'm unbelievable, to be honest. I'm knackered. I'm absolutely knackered. 5 a.m. this morning, and really interesting week of media. Absolute loads of it, tons of it. It's exploded this week, and we can't wait. Can't wait for Saturday night. I went down there this morning. I was there for the Good Morning Britain. Quite nervous, really. It's absolutely rammed out. The atmosphere is going to be amazing. See AJ back at the O2, and can't wait. Going to weigh in shortly.
How did it go with Simon Jordan today?
It's pretty good, actually. It's quite friendly. Yeah, I think there is mutual respect there. Like, I know I've been asked about him a lot in interviews, so I don't know. Probably I've talked a bit too much about him, but I've said before and I've said again, he's outstanding at what he does, and so am I. So I feel like we're a good little couple, really. I was listening to his stuff the other day about Skegness and but like he's just brutally honest, and I stand by what I said. He just doesn't know anywhere near as much about boxing, but he does get people under his skin. I mean, Gareth A. Davis came off from the interview. He was absolutely fuming. Said he was going to lay him out. So he's brilliant.
Simon on Gareth. Yeah.
But Gareth wanted to But it's his thing. He's upsetting people and rattling people, and he's brilliant at what he does. I was just glad that it went as well as it did.
Listen, we know there's a job in hand for Anthony Joshua tomorrow, but I'm still going to ask about potentially after. I know we've spoken about it all week. For the first time, Joshua made a good point the other day. He's been asked about Tyson Fury ever since he turned professional in every fight week, and this is no different. This time, he's answering it a little bit differently, almost like, let's do this, without actually saying let's do this, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just think everything's about timing. I mean, there has been times in the past where the fight should have happened. There's also been times where, if I was honest, while we were going through the process, I was thinking, I don't believe in my heart of hearts this is going to happen. If he boxes well on Saturday night, then all of a sudden, I think the public make us make that fight. There's no mandatories due for Fury. There's no opponents contracted or scheduled for AJ. Like, I think it's there to be done. And we have got to try and do it a little bit smarter. I've got to not have such a big mouth and talk so much, and everybody the same.
You've got a big mouth.
But yeah. But I will say this in my defence: I've done at least 30 interviews every day this week. I'm going to say something not wrong, but something that's going to rub someone up the wrong way, right? And George Warren, who I get on really well with and I like, said to me, please, keep your mouth shut, basically. And I was like, I will. And I've actually tried. I haven't said anything controversial or detrimental or, to Queensberry, to Fury. And I'm keeping it nice and pleasant. But what I have done is I've talked about it because I get asked about it in every interview. So we do need to sort of, even Fury, and I think we shouldn't even talk to the fighters until ourselves and Queensberry have got that in a position where we can come back, because I don't think they'll believe us otherwise, to a point where we go, we've actually done this, do you want to do it? And that's something that should happen over the next couple of weeks, subject to a good performance on Saturday, and also subject to them wanting to do it. I'm only speaking on our behalf. I don't know what
they want it.
Well, then if that's the case, then we should all get together and try and make it happen.
What do you think about John Fury's comments regarding Sugar Hill?
I only saw him on old Benson. He said he should sack him, didn't he? But get on. Wild. I think Sugar Hill's a really good trainer. I think he's done a great job with Tyson Fury. Yeah.
Okay. What's the latest situation regarding your efforts to land Eubank and Benn in in the UAE on June the 3rd?
Ongoing, really. Obviously, no contract signed, nothing agreed. We're in negotiations with Eubank. We've made him a number of offers. got a number of options for Conor Benn, but as I've said, cards on the table. I want to make the Eubank fight, so we'll see what happens. I think Conor's next opponent could be announced as early as next week, and get ready.
So, in regards to the board situation, what can you tell us about that, where you are with that?
Nothing really. I mean, I feel like I need to talk to Robert Smith and to Conor and say, what on earth are you doing? Calm yourself down, let's be sensible about this, and let's get together and try and go through this process to clear Conor Benn to fight in the UK. I don't want Conor Benn to fight internationally for the rest of his career. The money for Conor Benn to fight is in Britain. But we need the board to be happy with the process. Conor's got to cooperate as well. At the moment, Robert Smith gives an interview and Conor goes nuts and thinks that they're completely against him and he's got no chance of a fair trial. Conor says something, he gets the board's back up. It's like, it's worse than two promoters, in all honesty. Like,
Didn't Conor put on his Instagram though, let's meet?
he's willing. Yeah, he wants to, because he wants to go through that process, but we'll see.
Do you know what? I've just thought of an excellent cameo here. Benn, come in. Come in.
Oh, this is
This is gold. Wow.
Back again in London.
Back again.
Back again in London.
Peter Kadiran on the undercard.
Absolutely. But we've had our conversation before. We're old mates now, me and Bert Bontley, aren't we?
Meanwhile,
We're all friends. I think actually what happens in boxing is everybody realises after a while that people are okay, but they see interviews and we're all very passionate about what we do. And boxing does also. I bet Bernd's life now is a lot calmer and happier without the aggravation of boxing. I mean, am I right? I mean, maybe the enjoyment might not be as good.
I love boxing.
I know, but what I'm saying is everybody, like I saw it with my dad, right? When he left boxing, he changed, right? He was calmer, he was happier, his temper wasn't so bad.
I remember his dad going back to the beginning of the 90s when I was working for Premier TV, Germany, now Sky, and we did the fight Rocky Gianni versus Eubank in Berlin. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a huge fight. Yeah, and after that we did with the son the big fight, Klitschko, AJ, wonderful. Wembley Stadium. And AJ, believe me, will be many, many more times in big stadiums, I'm 100% sure. He needs some time with a new coach, like Vladimir did before with Manny. You need 2-3 fights, and then you're on top, and then, believe me, he will have the same long time unbeaten as Vladimir. I feel it, I know it.
I hope so.
Just going back while we're here, got all three of us together, going back to that wonderful week for AJ and Klitschko.
Well, you got thrown out.
Well, I got thrown out apparently, but yeah, look, I've already apologised to Bernd for my terrible behaviour that week, so I can do it again.
But it was the bad influence of Fury.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say.
Bad influence on British boxing, believe me.
I just feel that the problem is in boxing, people are very proud and opinionated and passionate, and they're very stubborn as well. And I remember that occasion quite well. Look, you're my friend, right? But Bernd's my partner in the event. And Bernd said, after what's been said, no, we're not. I'm not having him ringside. So then we have a conversation. It's very difficult for me to say to you, I'm really sorry, and it's like, come on, it's me. Can't you just smuggle me in? Can't you just? I said no.
That was
because
6 years ago. Who cares anymore?
But it's great. The story, the way it's unfolded from there, that you two, are all good and friends, but I would have done the same thing if I was Bernd, because if you don't want someone,
Cassius, no, this was not about him. It was about that bad influence Fury had at that time on the promotion, on our promotion in Germany. That was the main thing.
And KUGAN was basically in Fury's pocket, So.
What are you on about in Fury's pocket? People say I'm in your
he
pocket.
was
What are you going on about?
A very objective media guy, no doubt.
Bernd, see? Okay, Eddie, just before I let you go, 3 signings announced today. By the time this goes out, you would have announced them. Can I announce them for you?
Yeah.
Sonny Edwards, world champion Sonny Edwards, Jack Catterall,
Undisputed champion, yeah.
and Shannon Ryan.
Correct. Yeah, firstly, Shannon Ryan, big signing for us. You know how big female boxing is for us. Undefeated, fantastic fighter. Was with Boxer and Sky Sports, obviously has now made the move with us. Jack Catterall, the undisputed 140-pound champion. We're going to stop talking about that. Everyone knows he won the fight. Everyone knows he should be undisputed. But now we need to keep him active. And that's what we're going to be doing. He'll be boxing on the Mauricio Lara May 27th undercard as co-main event. Top 15 guy. Then we want a big fight for him to headline in Manchester later in the year. And of course, Sonny Edwards, who I never really used to like, but I've actually started to really like this young man. And you know what? He's really, really good. And I'm going to give him the big fights against Bam Rodriguez, Julio Cesar Martinez, and everybody else. So 3 massive signing for us, and lots more to come as well.
What's the situation with Catchildren? Because the last we heard that he was in talks to have a Regis Prograis fight with Boxer. So what happened in that situation?
Yeah, Boxer couldn't fulfil their obligations. Within the contract, they had to deliver the Josh Taylor fight, or the contract was basically void. So the contract was void, and he wanted to sign with Matchroom and DAZN. So here we are. Jeez.
Sold out.
Sold out, completely sold out. Wait till you see the atmosphere on Saturday night. It will be unbelievable. I've got everything crossed. Bern just gave me a little bit of confidence there about our man AJ, but I really want him to come through and get this show back on the road.
Okay, I like the way he's just kind of removed, come out. Bern, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Eddie, yeah, just one final word. I won't want to speak to you now until after the fight, so...
You know what to do, people. DAZN. On your iPhone, on your tablet, on your smart TV at home, on the Sky platform, on the Virgin platform, or even now in the pubs. AJ's first ever fight on DAZN. AJ's first fight off pay-per-view since back to the Dillian White fight. Enjoy and get behind this great fighter, this guy that took British boxing to another level. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. Let's go, AJ. O2 Arena, Saturday night, live on DAZN. We'll see you there.
Look who's waiting for you as well.
Parsons.
He looks
That's
like...
really sad. He looks sad. Are you sad because KUGAN got me first? Ooh.
Keep grinding, Parsons. Eddie, thank you very much.
Refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,